Rod Stewart there. Maggie May, I love it. I mean, it makes you happy, that song, doesn't it? You're listening to Tim Weeks across BBC Wiltshire and BBC Somerset this evening, all the way until 10 o'clock. And it's time now to welcome my guest for this hour. And he's a man that has penned songs such as Help, Imagine and Come Together. A man who wanted to just give peace a chance. And a man that has been missed for still nearly 40 years on. He is, of course, the great John Lennon, but obviously in the form of a tribute act, but no ordinary tribute act, let me tell you. This is a gent from Swindon who won ITV's The Big Audition and has since been travelling the country with his act, Lennon Tribute UK, and the show Lennon Retrospective. His name is Gaz Keenan. Happy New Year, my friend.
Happy New Year, Tim.
How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming into BBC this evening for a
It's
chat.
an honour, Tim, on this new day of the new decade.
How about it? What a way to start.
I know.
Hey?
Incredible.
Well, look, forget this year for now. I'm just going to take you back 365 days.
Okay.
Because looking at your social medias, you had one hell of a busy year, didn't you?
It was pretty intense, yeah. We started, our first gig really was the 25th of January.
Yeah.
And we've just done so much since then. It was just across the road, actually, at the Victoria was our first
Nice.
gig. Yeah. So, we're looking forward to the next year.
Good.
We've just been non-stop.
Yeah.
You know?
I can tell. I see your Facebook posts and everything you do on social media. It's non-stop and such great reviews. It's funny because with what you do, people take videos of you, don't they? And
Yes.
they can just post it up in your groups.
Yes.
And I guess you must feel a little bit nervous sometimes when you're not controlling the content, my friend.
Very
Other
much
people bring
so.
up, but it's great responses you're getting, right?
It is, yeah. Mainly because I tell the people in the audience that if it's no good, not to post it.
Yeah.
And they generally take heed. But it is a little bit worrying. But the good thing about it is it keeps you on your A game.
Yeah.
You know, all the time.
Yes.
And there has been moments where, it's live music, so things do go wrong.
Sure.
Um,
I'm on the radio, mate. You know, this is live, all right? I've been
you
there.
well know, yeah, indeed. But everybody, gets that. And I think generally people, they won't post unless they're happy with it. And
Yeah.
if they're happy with it, generally I'm going to be happy with it.
Okay, so you've got to explain to anyone who hasn't heard of the Lennon Retrospective show. What is it? What do you do?
So we pay tribute to the late, great John Lennon.
Mm-hmm.
And the retrospective show, we basically start with the end of his career and we work backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So we start with his latest songs in his more sort of thought-provoking songs and work backwards.
Yeah.
So when we hit the Beatles, we're playing the later Beatles. There's tracks off Abbey Road and then going through I Am the Walrus and all that sort of stuff. And then we culminate in the early Beatles so
Right.
that everybody can have a
bit of
jive and a
dance.
dance.
Yes. I like it. A bit of, I saw you standing there, a bit of that to get you going when you go home. Is that right?
Mainly a Paul one, but yes, that's the idea. Yes.
Fair point. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, I see where you're going there. Yeah, you are Lennon, you're not McCartney.
No.
All right. Okay,
No.
so tell me also about, because you're very talented. You're not just Lennon and the Beatles, are you? You're also the Britpop boys. What's this in the other life that you do?
Yeah, so the Britpop boys. I started doing that this year. I'm a big fan. I mean, my age. I sort of grew up through the Britpop era. So it played a big part in my musical education, as it were. And I've started playing with a great band called the Britpop Boys, and also doing a bit of tribute to Blur as well with a little band called Blurred.
Okay, yeah, I can see where you got the name from.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Blurred.
I joined those guys this year as well, and it's really good. The Blur stuff. It's nice to be able to delve into the B-sides and the rarities of the Blur stuff because they did some great stuff. But the Britpop Boys is more about the genre itself.
Yes.
So.
Do you have a favourite? Because you've got Lennon tracks, you've got Beatles tracks, you've got indie bands. Do you have a favourite of the three?
No, not really. It's all good.
Yeah,
it's all
I
good
agree.
music. So, I can't help but enjoy all of it. Probably the Lennon is the closest to my heart because it's my little baby. It's something that I've developed and worked on and applied myself to quite a lot.
Yes.
As, anybody close to me will tell you. I've drove my wife mad with the Lennon thing because it's just non-stop.
Yes.
It's 24 hours a day.
Do you find it hard to break character then after a gig? Do you go home and you're still kind of... Because I've seen you when you're dressed fully Lennonised.
Yes.
And I guess you go home, you're still like that sometimes. Are you still kind of in the swagger of it?
A little bit. Yeah, certainly. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, you soon break out of it, you know.
You got to do the dishes.
You got to get out and do the dishes.
Lennon won't doing the dishes.
Yoko won't do them all herself, so...
You just mentioned to me that you got kids. Do your kids like what you do? Do they love it that you know Dad's always doing this with the guitar and playing these tunes?
They're too young to understand. They're very nonplussed about it. Okay. You know, I'll play this back to them tomorrow. Daddy's on the radio, and they'll be like, and whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Stay on the ground, Dad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think, to be honest, because I'm a musician, you know, I'm always, you know, going on about music and all the rest of it. I think they're going to turn out to be accountants when they grow up because they're going to totally rebel.
Yeah.
No, we're not interested in music. Yeah. We want to go to accounting school.
Yes, nothing wrong with working in money, I've been told.
Well, right. I guess so, yeah.
Let them go with it.
Indeed.
So, look, Gaz, you're with me for the whole hour now, all the way until 9. So you know me well enough, Gaz, that when I've got musicians, I'm going to get my money's worth. Yeah. I'm going to milk it.
There's money, is there? Brilliant.
There's no money, actually, but there's milk. Okay, if you want milk, you can have a glass of milk. So let's milk it.
The coffee's good. Thanks, Rue.
Yeah, producer Rue is on the coffee. She's on the hot drinks all evening as well. Look, so I'm going to suggest you play us a Lennon track, a Beatles track, and an indie classic. Are you cool with that?
I think we can cover that.
Okay, cool. And because you do your retrospective, we're going to start with the Lennon. Happy with that?
Happy with that, indeed.
Okay. Guitar's ready. What are you going to play for us?
I'm going to play a little bit of Working Class Hero.
Okay, you take it away, Gaz Keenan.
Soon as you're born, they make you feel small by giving you no time instead of it all. Till the pain is so big you feel nothing at all. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. When they tortured and scared you for 20 odd years, then they expect you to pick a career when you can't really function, you're so full of fear. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. You're doped with religion and sex and TV, and you think you're so clever and classless and free, but you're still peasants as far as I can see. A working class hero is something to be. Working class hero is something to be. There's room at the top, they are telling you still. First you must learn how to smile as you kill. If you want to be like the folks on the hill. Working class hero is something to be. Working class hero is something to be. If you want to be a hero, well, just follow me. If you want to be a hero, well, just follow me.
Yeah, Gaz Keenan there. Oh, John Lennon. I love it. Working class hero. It's lovely to hear it like that as well. I'm going to have a chat with producer Ru about maybe we just turn your mic on. Can you just go till 10 o'clock? Just give us a gig, an acoustic Lennon performance. I think all of Somerset and Wiltshire will be happy with that. I mean, what a tune, isn't it?
It's great, isn't it? I mean, it's beautiful. I did have to, censor out one little word in
yes,
there.
thank you for that.
Indeed,
Noticed.
yes. Yeah, I wouldn't,
Well done.
I wouldn't have put you in a bind. Tim.
No. Well, all the pressure's on you. You're the one saying it. Okay,
I almost missed it, to be fair, but
well done. Good man.
Yeah.
Good man. Well, you're going to stay with us all the way until 9.
I'm going to stick around, man.
Good man. So we're going to have more from Gaz this hour from the Lennon Tribute UK act. It's going to be fun tonight. Womack and Womack with Teardrops. You're listening to Tim Weeks across BBC Wiltshire and BBC Somerset this evening. I'm with you until 10 o'clock and still joined by Gaz Keenan, the Swindon man that tours the country with his John Lennon tribute act, Lennon Tribute UK. Welcome back, Gaz.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
Right, so we've heard a Lennon track from you, and I'm thinking for part 2, I want to just shift back a little bit and focus on the Beatles. Is that
Indeed.
okay?
That's fine by me, yeah.
But before we talk Beatles, tell me, how did you get into doing a Lennon tribute? I mean, you've been a magician. I mean, I actually said magician.
Magician
I said,
again.
Yeah, a musician.
Thank you.
You're not a magician
I'm
at
not,
all.
no,
We're
no.
not with a magician.
When my
See,
boys
it's a
listen back to
musician
this now, you're destroyed.
Yes. Well, that might get your kids interested if you're a magician.
Maybe.
So I'm trying to help you, mate.
Hey, okay.
Right,
Yeah,
so
I
as
see
a
that.
musician of many years, I'm guessing from day one you weren't straight into Lennon tribute.
No.
How did it evolve?
No, I mean, I've been a guitarist, lead guitarist for many, many years. The Lennon thing evolved, really. Well, take it back a bit, actually. I started a grunge band called Shades of Seattle.
Oh, I like so Nirvana. You're thinking
Nirvana and
Seattle.
Pearl Jam, because that was a big influence on me before the Britpop. Nirvana and Pearl Jam and those grunge bands, they really got my attention.
Yeah.
So I set up a bit of a band, and I couldn't find a singer that could get that grungeness.
Yeah.
So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to do it myself. So I did it myself, and it was the first time I'd ever sung in ever. And I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then the Lennon thing came about because my wife saw a Facebook post for the Bootleg Beatles saying they needed a new Lennon.
I see.
Yeah, and she sort of said, well, you've got a big nose, you've got the accent. Why don't you go for it?
You got a guitar.
Yeah, I thought, well, what can it be?
Yeah.
So yeah, I went for it. I only had about 3 weeks to prepare, so I had to do a lot of homework.
Yeah.
And I went along to the audition in London, and I wasn't there.
Right.
So, but they gave me some good feedback, and then another one came up with the Upbeat Beatles, which was the one you've spoke about, ITV.
Yes.
And by this point, I was a lot more prepared. I got my wigs and everything, so I was a bit more on the ball with that one. And that didn't pan out for personal reasons. And I thought, well, I'll do my own Lennon tribute. Yeah. So started from scratch, and that's where it's evolved from, really.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm a massive Beatles fan. Always have been, ever since a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm often, I've got my muso mates. I've got my football mates. I've got my mates that just like nothing. I've got my parent mates. And I've got my muso mates. And we often have conversations like us Beatles fans. What is the best Beatles track of all time? So I've got to ask you, when you're playing songs from the catalogue of the Beatles and Lennon, do you find that there's one song that just seems to generate more of a crowd reaction than any other? Kind of like a spiritual.
It's weird because it's different reactions that we're speaking about.
Yeah.
The later Beatles, the likes of Abbey Road, you play anything off that, and you get a different reaction to if you play Twist and Shout. Of course it is.
Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I always ask that question at our shows, right, what's the best Beatles album?
Abbey Road.
And I don't stop until somebody shouts that out. People say the White Album. Wrong.
No.
It is. It's just sublime.
What is the best song? What is the best Beatles song? I mean, you're so close to the music.
I think A Day in the Life.
Well, do you know what? I've written down here what the actual answer is. Okay, I had to do a little spread, and this is what I put. She's So Heavy.
Oh,
yeah, I know. I'm right.
We do that.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a Come Together.
Yeah.
Now this is McCartney, but Blackbird.
Yes.
That brings a little tear to my eye.
Yeah, absolutely.
The kids love it.
Yeah.
The grandparents love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I believe that
Producer Roo was just kind of mouthed at me. I love it. So we're all loving Blackbird.
Yeah, I believe that was wrote in Rishikesh when they were doing their little retreat.
You look at me like I'm going to confirm that.
Yeah,
You're the expert.
I think so.
You can say what you want and I'll go, yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got 2 more for you.
Go on.
Here Comes the Sun. There's your George Harrison.
George Harrison, yeah.
And I've got A Day in the Life.
Ah.
So we're on the same page.
What about While My Guitar Gently Weeps?
Yeah, sure. That was honestly, that was the one I nearly put on, but I thought I can't put 6. I thought it's got to stay to 5, but that was the next one.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Yeah,
and then I also
incredible.
thought you'd get mad at me for doing 2 Harrison out of 6.
No. George. I mean, he he was up against Lennon and McCartney.
Yeah.
He had a tough hill to climb, but he got there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Love the guy. Love
Yeah.
him. Okay, so right, you've played a Lennon track for us. Are you ready to pick up that guitar while it's gently weeping in the corner just behind you?
What a segue
and
there.
play us a Beatles track.
I
what are you
am.
going to play for us?
I'm going to attempt, and I say that with all sincerity, This Boy.
Should we do it?
We'll give it a go.
Okay, so you're listening to BBC Somerset and BBC Wiltshire this evening with Tim Weeks, and I'm joined by Gaz Keenan, Lennon impersonator. Take it away.
That boy took my love away. He'll regret it someday. This boy wants you back again. That boy isn't good for you, though he may want you to. This boy wants you back again. Boy would be happy just to love you, but oh my, that boy won't be happy till he's seen you cry. This boy wouldn't mind the pain, would always feel the same. This boy gets you back again. This boy that boy, any boy.
Gaz Keenan, Lennon Tribute UK with This Boy from the Beatles there. What about that? Feels good, doesn't it? I mean, I can see Rue's face, producer Rue behind the guy. She's smiling, I'm smiling, you're smiling, Wiltshire and Somerset is smiling. Happy 2020, I reckon, don't you think, Gaz?
Indeed.
I mean, one thing I'm going to ask you, I was listening to that, I was thinking, and I can see your face, you're loving it.
Yeah.
You're loving it,
Yeah.
what you do. Is there a track, though, on your set list that you put there for the fans that you hate playing?
Twist and Shout.
Why?
Because the original vocal was so incredible. But John Lennon, obviously, he recorded that. They recorded that first album in like a day.
Yeah.
And Twist and Shout was the last one they recorded.
Okay.
And his voice by that point was just shot.
Just knackered.
Just
Exactly.
knackered.
Yeah.
So he was just screaming it, but it got a really...
It's that rasp.
It got
isn't
that
it?
rasp.
Yeah.
And to try and recreate that, it's practically impossible.
But you do play it at the end of your set, don't
We
you?
do,
It's
yeah.
the early one.
Yeah, we
So
do
you should
play-
be raspy by then,
I am
Gaz.
raspy by then, but he's just so high there, and it's a unique recording.
Yes.
It's very difficult to replicate it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's a good answer. Good answer. But you hate it for the right reasons.
I love the song.
Tough. You love the track.
I love the song. I love the song. I always want to try and make it as authentic as possible.
Yeah.
And if, it's a difficult one to get.
Have you got a bunch of gigs lined up? Because, I mean, there's going to be people listening. I mean, whether they've got to travel, whether it's Wiltshire or Somerset in the southwest. Have you got gigs lined up? You had a busy 2019. Is 2020 looking the same?
It really is, yeah. It's looking very busy. It's increased a little bit, to be fair. We are very conscious about not oversaturating.
Yep.
We want to take
You're
our time
sounding like
with
Coldplay now. Where you go away and don't write an album for 2 years.
Please don't say the C word, right? But we've got some great shows lined up. Early January, actually, we've got the Redditch Palace Theatre. We've got the Brindley Theatre up in Runcorn, my old stomping ground. And yeah, it just really, we've got loads.
If people want to find out more, where do they go and check? Because we're going to stop talking Lennon after the next track. We're going to move into the 90s and talk about what else you do with the Britpop bands. But tell us, if we want to find out more about the Lennon retrospective and what you do with the Beatles and Lennon, where do we go?
Okay, well, I mean, the best place to start with is www.johnlennontribute.com. That's got everything on there. It's got a load of videos. It's got all our gig listings. It's got links to all our social media as well. So that's the best place to go.
Okay, I love it. Stay right with us, okay? Because we're going to talk Britpop, indie, right into my era. We're going now.
I'm mine.
Yeah, we're going to enjoy this. You're a Westlife fan. Gaz, you're a Westlife fan.
Sorry, did somebody say something?
Well, here's Westlife for you. Don't let the devil take another day from Stereophonics. You're listening to Tim Weeks on BBC Wiltshire and BBC Somerset. And I am joined still by Gaz Keenan, the Swindon man that tours the country with his John Lennon tribute act. Lennon Tribute UK. Welcome back, Gaz.
Hi there, Tim.
Now, look, we've heard Lennon, we've heard the Beatles, but you're also an indie boy. Is that fair? Fair assessment of you?
That is a fair assessment of me.
Okay.
Maybe not full, but fair.
Okay, good. All right. So tell me, why are we calling you an indie boy as well? What is it else? What else do you get up to?
Well, I'm in the Britpop Boys, as we've already mentioned. Who are a great tribute band to the indie, the Britpop genre, as well as I'm in a Blurred tribute. So we do just Blur songs, which is very good fun.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, I have to do me Lennon Scouse. I have to do a bit of Manchester and then try and get Cockney in there as well.
Yeah.
It's quite a challenge.
Put yourself under pressure.
Yeah, a little bit.
I like it. Okay. So, I mean, I was going to ask you if you've got a favourite 90s band, because there's a lot of choice, but are you going to tell me Blur because you're part of Blur?
No, I'm not. I've grown to appreciate Blur a lot more since I've been with Blur because I didn't realise the quality of some of the B-sides and the lesser-known album tracks. Yeah. Songs like For Tomorrow and In the End. Yeah, they're fantastic.
In the End.
Oh, they are fantastic. Yeah. And so, they sort of got pigeonholed with the songs that they did, similar to Oasis.
Yeah, with the big hits.
But I would say probably, at the moment, my favourite indie band would be The Verve.
Okay. Why not?
Yeah.
And do you know what, The Verve, you're just talking about Blur and the earlier stuff, the less listened to stuff. Storm in Heaven.
Yeah.
The Verve. I mean, what an album.
Yeah, indeed.
Everybody just thinks
Urban Hymns.
Yeah. But no, a Northern Soul is for me, it's actually better.
Yeah.
I know Urban Hymns got the big smash hits.
It has.
Your Bittersweets, Your Lucky Mans, etc. But The Verve are amazing for 10 years.
They were. I mean, a lot of the earlier stuff was very jammy. You could tell that it was a band that had got into a room and everybody just went in the direction they wanted. And you could tell with Urban Hymns that they reined that back, and Ashcroft got a little bit more control with the songs.
Yes.
And it was very much more song-based rather than extended jams. But yeah, I mean, just a fantastic band. I love... One thing that I've really learned through doing the singing is I've appreciated lyrics more.
Right.
Because I was always music.
Yeah.
I was always about the music. But now it's sort of like, because I'm singing a lot more, I'm appreciating the lyrics, and you listen to some of Ashcroft's songs, and it's poetry.
It's incredible. It is.
It is poetry.
I mean, London Grammar recently covered Bittersweet Symphony, where you can actually hear the words.
Right.
It's slowed down. I mean, It brings a tear to your eye.
Yeah.
Listening to these lyrics that this man wrote. Absolute genius. So have you got a most popular track that when you're on stage and you're doing your Britpop and your indie in your 90s, is there one track that, is it Wonderwall? Is it Live Forever?
Yeah.
Is it Soap from Urban Hymns? That, that's the reaction.
Those bangers, yeah. With the Britpop boys, there's certain songs that you've just got to put in there.
Yeah.
Live Forever's got to be in there.
Yeah.
Champagne Supernova,
Yeah.
Cigarettes and Alcohol. I mean, I'm leaning heavily on the Oasis here, but they've got to be in there. Yeah. Songs like Song 2, Blur.
Yeah.
Always Guaranteed.
Beetlebum, I imagine.
Pint glasses flying across the room.
Right. Okay. I was just going to suggest that I come to a gig. I'm not so sure now. Right, it really is authentic 90s.
In the best possible way. Yeah.
Okay, right. I'm going to run out, kind of list some bands for you, and I want to give you a mark. I want you to mark them out of 10.
Wow.
All right. Okay. Are you happy to do this?
Yeah. Let's give it a go.
Oasis.
Oh, that's got to be a 9.
Yeah. Blue Tones.
Ooh. That's got to be a 9 as well.
Cast.
8.
Manson.
That's a 9.
Shed 7.
Ooh. 9.5.
So they're your favourites so far?
They're some serious musicality there.
Incredible. Charlatans.
Oh, I love them. 9.
This is good so far. It's kind of like 9's up. Sleeper.
2.
Oh, you're not a fan?
No, I'm not.
That was going to be the one I ended on. I mean, let me think of another. That's a bad end. Elastica.
No, not a big fan either. No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it was about those bands. I don't know.
Cooler Shaker.
Oh, I love Cooler Shaker.
There you go. A positive way to
Cooler
finish.
Shaker.
Okay,
Yeah.
I find one. Okay. So with this, do you ever kind of find yourself singing in the style of Lennon when you're doing Blur, or singing in the style of Damon Albarn when you're doing Lennon?
It's tricky. Yeah. There's a certain amount of paranoid schizophrenia that goes on.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay.
Trying to remember who I am.
Yeah.
Or who I'm meant to be.
So what's the plan? Because you've got Lennon, you've got the Beatles, you've got Blurred, and you've got the Britpop boys. Where is it taking you in 2020, guys? Is there a long-term plan, or are you just loving life?
I'm just loving it. I'm just loving. It's different. The Lennon stuff is a lot more. The audience sits down, watches us, appreciates it. The Britpop boys and Blurred, it's a bit more raucous.
Pints of lager flying across the room.
Exactly,
I just heard.
Yeah. If you're lucky, you'll catch one of them. I'm just really enjoying it. To be fair,
I love it.
I'd like to just keep developing it and see what happens. So there's no big plan. Let's just see what develops.
Well, have you got one more tune in you for us on BBC Wiltshire?
I think I can be persuaded there too.
Well, consider yourself persuaded.
Okay.
Pick up that guitar.
Right.
And what do you think? Is it going to be Oasis? It's not going to be Sleeper, I'm guessing.
No, it won't be Sleeper or
What you got?
I think, as we've been talking about Ashcroft and the Verve,
nice.
I think we'll go with a Verve song, but one off Urban Hymns.
Okay, all right. Well, don't tell us exactly what it is. We're just going to enjoy it, all right?
Okay,
so with a bit of Gaz Keenan, take it away.
Thank you.
Of memories,
love it. I mean, I was listening thinking, would it be kind of bad etiquette for me to turn my mic up and give a bit of buy nows in there at the end? I really had to hold myself back and not do it.
I would have loved it.
Next time.
Next
All right, next time.
You're on.
I accidentally called you a magician earlier, but it's almost like I was trying to tell us something. It's a musical magician delivering quality like that. Gaz Keenan, thank you so much. Before you go though, have we got any gigs coming up for Blurred and for the Britpop Boys? Is there anything for people to check out? Is there a way to check you out?
I mean, for the Britpop Boys and the Blurred, I mean, there's a few Blurred on the horizon. I can't think of them off the top of my head. They're all around the country. That's the thing. The best thing is to go onto Facebook, look for Blurred or look for the Britpop Boys, and the listings are on there. And obviously the Lennon website. And that's the best thing because I can barely remember who I am from day to day. Never mind
not surprised.
where we're playing.
No.
But yeah, we've got some great gigs lined up.
Good stuff.
Yeah, the Britpop Boys have got some fantastic festivals in the summer.
Lovely.
Yeah, as I've Blurred.
Well, go and check it out. Hopefully today has given you a good taste and a cracking way to kick off 2020 with a bit of Gaz Keenan live in the BBC studios. Thank you so much for coming in.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Thank you so much. And before you go, you're a Gladys Knight fan, right? Surely.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, let's have some
10 out
Gladys
of 10.
Knight. 10 out of 10. There you go. And that's from Gaz Keenan.